In this video, we'll be reviewing an amazingly useful book on apologetics of many different kinds. Coming up. What's up guys, I'm Josh, welcome to Christian Sophistry, taking apologetics to the next level. And part of that mission is giving you the tools and resources to build your knowledge by doing content reviews just like this one. So if you think you or your friends could get some value from this, think about hitting that subscribe button. In this review, we'll be going over one of the most helpful beginner apologetics books that I have ever read. Well, sorta. I listened to the audiobook, it's the same thing. But before I get into how amazing this book is, I do have some pretty serious criticisms that I want to identify first. So here's what I think is wrong with I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist by Norman Geisler and Frank Turek. My first and most important criticism is that even though they offer an open hand to atheists that happen to stumble across their book, it seems like more of a courtesy than an actual, genuine, open arms. And I think that if we're really being honest and genuine about our intent to help atheists come to believe, then I think this is something that we should care about. Disagreement does not have to mean disrespect. And they don't really do it on purpose, but I do think that it's a problem nonetheless. The second issue that I have with this book is that there is some lightweight straw man in this book. This is kind of a mistake that they make by trying to cover all of their bases. Some of the arguments that they make in this book cover some subjective facets of atheism and then represent it as if it's the same atheism. Here's what I mean by that. This book engages with concepts within atheism like social Darwinism and postmodernism and cultural relativity. But then they represent all of them simultaneously as if they're the same atheism. Like, that's not what all atheists believe. Those are my main criticisms of the book, but now I want to get into how amazing this book really is. As long as you can recognize the issues that I've raised with this book, I think you can pull some very valuable content from it. So let's go ahead and jump into the ratings. I rate every book on this channel on a scale of 1 to 10 in 4 different categories. Those categories are difficulty, uniqueness, importance, and customer satisfaction. So, in the first category, Turek and Geisler scored a 4 out of 10 in the category of difficulty. So it's like a little bit thicker than your average book, but somehow they've managed to make very technical and difficult content to be accessible and easy to understand. Some might argue that the book is a little too simple for the complexity of the issues that they're trying to handle, and I can see where some of that is true, but nonetheless, this book is impressive with what they have done with it. For the most part, this book provides a simple and easy to understand guide for a well-substantiated case for Christianity. In the area of uniqueness, this book scored a 6 out of 10. I think this book does fail to distinguish itself from the flippant attitude that it has toward atheists, but nonetheless, it is a very powerful book. This book is a crowd favorite for apologetics with good reason. They provide a very compelling case, and a lot of the times the evidence just speaks for itself. In the category of importance, I've scored this book an 8 out of 10. Even if the entirety of the content in this book was absolute garbage, which it wasn't, the book covers a lot of topics and ideas that are essential to talk about. In this area, I was actually quite impressed with the comprehensive nature of this book. Clearly, these guys are very strong debaters because every chapter is filled with evidence and arguments, and they use a lot of really strong argumentative techniques. There were a few chapters that I had some issues with, but that doesn't affect my opinion of this book. And finally, in the category of customer satisfaction, this book scored a 9.4 out of 10. If you're wondering why this category always has a decimal point in it, that's because I just take the review score on Amazon and then multiply it by 2. So it's pretty clear that Christians took a lot from this book and critics didn't read it. And I think with good reason, because I would not recommend this book to an atheist. If you're an atheist and you read this book, I guarantee that you will feel alienated and attacked. But if you're a Christian, then I highly recommend this book, but proceed with caution. If you can recognize the issues that I've raised with this book, then I think you should definitely go for it and get this book. So if you want to add this book to your library, go ahead and click the link down in the description section to support this channel. If you thought this video was valuable, go ahead and like and share this video with your friends and family. Otherwise, that's all that I have for you for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.